Right. Hello, lads.
How we doing?
For anyone who's listening and not watching, have been fortunate enough to be, what we doing it? Providing we're providing the podcast from No Limits today, based in Carlisle, Kingmore Park. Thank you to Josh, Dan and Tyler. And if you haven't been to No Limits, it's a coaching business. Inside, great facilities. We've had a little bit of two-touch. We've had a little bit of crossbar challenge with them. The standard was horrific from us.
You mean yourself?
Myself was bad. But thank you so much to the lads for letting us come in. So as I said, Dan, Josh, Tyler, top lads, very much appreciative.
Yeah, class. Brilliant setup. First day I've been up, it's brilliant. A wee bit of kind of advice for them though is maybe them three boys need the coaching instead of for the coaching the young lads. Because you just swept them to side at the end.
Make sure you follow them on Instagram and check out their coaching facilities, their coaching offers and Easter camps and stuff like that. And they've got another base in Whitehaven as well.
Yeah, first time I've been in. I've seen it online plenty of times and it's impressive. Yeah, great lads and good luck to them.
And we're 1-0 up now.
Yeah, we beat them, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Skip, you're assistant manager at Carlisle City. And
Yes.
how did the weekend go?
It was good for 88 minutes. We thought we were gonna get a good point. Just seeing a 0-0 through, very professional performance, and last couple of minutes they got a goal. Little bit of an error. Won't go too far into, but I can't fault the lads' effort. I thought the lads were brilliant all game, and you could see how dejected they were after the game. Myself and Kirky were as well. We've had a bad run of form lately. So yeah, we needed that point. It would have kicked us on to a home game against Marsk at the weekend coming, which is very winnable. But listen, we'll pick them up. We'll train on Thursday and we'll go again. But can't fault the effort and the performance was really good. Just the last couple of minutes, it's not went our way.
Dylan?
Yeah, we won each at home. Kind of probably an even result to be fair on the balance of the game. We had a couple of chances, they did as well. They got a penalty in the last 5 minutes, looked like they were going to get the win, and then we get an equaliser in the 92nd minute. So
Nice.
I know a draw, we were disappointed with a draw, but I think when you look at the game in context, it's to get a last minute equaliser to save us a little bit. So, but yeah, another 90 minutes in the legs for me, so I was a bit rusted. It was
Pulled us
Good
through.
result, Ballymena United. And I went to Carlisle United.
Oh yes.
Another freebie.
How many plates this week?
No, I was all right.
Was it you and Karl Hawley guests?
Karl Hawley guest.
Oh, was
Karl,
it?
great crack. Good lad, Karl. The hitman, proper player, proper centre forward. And it was nice for him to come up. And I think sometimes Karl thinks the supporters turned against them a little bit, but they haven't. You know, he left. He had to go and better his career and go a bit higher, but the fans absolutely love him. So
He's very well
to
thought
see-
of, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
great
really
to
well
see him
thought of.
interacting with everyone. And then, we watched the game and we had a good crack. The game, we'll go into it a little bit, but not too much. I was just going to pass over Carlisle this week and then something that the game, we've got to address it a little bit, but we'll get on. So should we do it? Episode 6?
Let's go.
Episode 6, let's go, boys.
So, hello and welcome to episode 6 of 3 in the Middle, a podcast brought to you by two former professional midfielders, Chris Lumsdon and Mark Skip Boyd, whose former clubs include Newcastle, Sunderland, Barnsley, Port Vale, Carlisle, Celtic Nation, all of ours combined. Celtic Nation, we'll go into that 1 week, Skip, because that is a story in itself.
Certainly is.
You wait till you hear the stories about this, Dylan. Unbelieve it with a crack. Well, you can do Gretna and Celtic Nation one
Yeah,
time.
very similar. Very similar.
You
setup
could write a
from you.
book about it, and I could write a book about Darlington. Right down to Darlington, Christ. And our current player in our 3 in the Middle podcast lineup is former Celtic, Hibs, Aberdeen, Sunderland and Carlisle playmaker. Great CV, that, isn't it?
I was going to say that. Good
I
CV.
don't know about playmaker.
Dylan
Yeah.
McGeouch, who is still playing, as we just said, in Northern Ireland for Ballymena United. Sponsor, a big thank you to Lloyd Kia of Carlisle, the best-selling brand in the area and European Dealer of the Year. Had to get that in.
Very
So
good.
European champions right on our doorstep, lads. Electric cars and vans also available with 7 years warranty. So thank you very much to Kia Carlisle for sponsoring this episode. Again, Europe's #1 dealer. Get down there, Check it out. They've got new EVs and PBVs. And they're ready to go. I test drive the new Sportage, which I did last week, top draw.
Nice, yeah.
Tell them that Three in the Middle sent you, and I'm sure there'll be a deal to be had. Personally, I've had about 5 cars from there, and my dad got involved too, so get looked after.
Good.
So thank you to Roy Holiday and the team who are top draw, always look after you, and it's got a great waiting area, but like we've had today, pastries and everything, fruit, cans of Coke. Aye, Roy Holiday, ex-Harrowby Catholic Club.
Do you know what could nick a goal, Roy, you know?
Yeah.
Loves a fag.
He lives off 2006 when they played Carlisle in the Cumberland Cup.
Did he score?
So we didn't have a game, so Simo played the first team, and he tested Kieran Westwood with a shot, and he dines out on it.
Aye, he was it wasn't a bad centre forward, Roy. I remember he wore a full pink outfit Christmas Eve.
pink,
We
like
played
salmon.
6-a-side a few years ago on Christmas Eve, and he just turned up head to toe bright pink.
Yeah.
And he was awful. I'm
Housekeeping.
not joking, Roy.
Insta, 3 in the middle 8, and email 3inthemiddle@yahoo.com. So this week, as I've said, we'll again touch on Carlisle United at the weekend. Check out what's happening in the world of football regarding title races, relegation battles, semi-finals. We'll hear a bit about managers, a little bit more about Dylan at Celtic and Hibs, and of course, attack our new question section, What's the Crack, where we've had so many questions over the next few weeks. We'll get them all answered. But first, I'm going to go rogue. Question ads from Matt straight in because I'm interested to hear your answers. So, from Matt, loving the show, great football content. As footballers, we all assume it's a dream. Everything about it is amazing, etc. Were there parts of being a footballer, on or off the pitch, that you hated doing even though you were good at it? Or the other way around, were there things you loved doing even though you were crap at it? Keep it up, lads. Matt.
First thing that comes to me is probably the fitness side of things. Like, I think as footballers, obviously, try to be as fit as possible, but when pre-season comes round, it's a nightmare, isn't it?
I
It's
still
like,
dream about pre-season, you know.
what, missing it?
Like,
Like the dread.
I'm going back in and I'm overweight and unfit.
Yeah.
When you hadn't done enough.
Imagine me.
It's like the night before you go back to school, innit? And
You
that
can't
kinda
sleep, can
dread,
you?
yeah.
You couldn't sleep. You couldn't sleep. I got to know the keepers really well through pre-season. Because there's me and a couple of keepers at the back
Keepers
of the
are
running.
fit now.
Oh, honestly.
You just used to wait on the bleep test for the keeper to drop out.
Once then,
the
then
first
you
player
could
went,
drop out,
you're
yeah.
out.
the domino effect, innit? Everybody's out.
When you seen that, whatever it was, Ghetto Blaster coming out and you heard that noise in level 1, it was awful.
Do you remember Jeff Huff? You know
Yeah,
Jeff
yeah,
Huff? Sorry,
Jeff-
you know
yeah,
Jeff
yeah,
Huff?
I've seen
You know
Jeff a bit, yeah.
No,
So
I
Jeff
don't
worked as a bit of a fitness coach under Simo.
Jeff, yeah, we Jeff, sorry, yeah.
My first session at Carlisle, my first ever session, so you go in and meet the lads, you want to keep ball, you want to show them what you're about. Aerobics.
He does that
Rhythm.
sometimes on a Monday,
He was
like
doing it on
recovery
Saturday
sessions.
in the
innit?
fan zone.
Aye.
To me and Karl, it was funny. So that was
he's a
my
legend.
first ever. I didn't kick a ball for about 3 days. Like spinning, fitness with Jeff. I didn't like Fraser play. So that's when you
walkthroughs.
set up, walk through, get
Yeah.
shape. Do you hear Steve Howie's story?
Yeah, when they went 1-0 down. Again.
11, Newcastle 11, playing against no one. They pass it back, bobbles over the keeper's foot, 1-0 down.
Keepers putting his gloves on, the 1-0 down against nobody.
Oh, bro.
And another one for me, scrambled egg, beans, toast, chicken for 10 months of the year.
Yeah,
And by the end of the
pre-match,
season,
yeah.
you're sick of it. You're absolutely sick of it.
What about early kickoffs when you got to get it down as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about night games as well when you can't sleep?
After
Usually
it.
that as well.
Yeah,
after a night game.
adrenaline, yeah, you can.
You get back maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Even later if you're getting a away game.
Yeah,
You're getting
up
in bed
all
and
night.
you're up till like 3 and 4 in the morning, like can't sleep.
Yeah. So, yep, good one that. So pre-season done.
Yeah, pre-season.
Fast feet.
That's not true. It's pre-season. The long runs killed me.
Have you seen the ones recently, last year or two? I've been doing them obviously, like myself, for trying to get back fit and that. The 1K runs. I think Brentford were doing.
Yeah, I did see that. I've seen that on
Tough.
there.
And everybody's just went mad for it now.
Have
So
they?
every team, that's a base now.
Remember in COVID, it was 5K.
Oh,
Yeah, that's brutal. But now it's like a 1K is that kind of 5K. I feel like you can pace yourself
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
The 1K is
Sprint.
like there's boys honestly like sprinting up and down the pitch, and you're thinking they're going to blow up, and then they're not, and you're trying to catch up, and it's no easy that,
Idea the hell that.
bro.
Yeah. So we'll quickly go on to Carlisle. A few failed attempts during the window for the Morecambe midfielder. Should we be failing in attempts to get the midfielder?
Isn't his contract up in the summer? I think he's got something else.
He's
Something
playing
else
well
lined.
now as well.
We might just have something else lined up. I don't know. You don't know the ins and outs, do you? But
I think just for obviously what you see on Twitter and that, and you said a few failed attempts. Do you think it's kind of 2 parts? So I feel like the owners have probably set out a stall of, like, we're not paying over the odds for players. We're not going to throw big wages at players because we've maybe done that the last couple of years and it's not worked as well.
Yeah.
So they've probably drew a line in the sand and went, well, we're going to do it same as everybody else.
Yeah.
And the players know
What the
that
players
Carlisle have paid decent, do you know what I mean, the last couple of years. So it's almost like, well, if you want me to come, I want X amount. And
To
it's
match
probably like in a...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard one, innit? But as you said, a team like Carlisle with the fans and everything and the aims of getting promoted, a couple of failed attempts.
I think we need a midfielder in, personally. I think the midfield's lacking a bit of guile. I think when teams get the equalisers, we're a little bit nervous. We need someone with a bit of guile. I think he's got
Some legs.
Yeah.
So what happened at 2-0 then? What?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the first goal that Carlisle got when it was a
again,
gift, obviously.
A gift, yeah. And then the second
Good
goal
finish.
was fantastic.
Good finish.
As your boy, going past people, committing people, good goal. And you think it's, Linney gets his goal, you think that's it, game's gone. You should not shut up shop, but you should go for the jugular.
Yeah, you think they would win up 2-0 at home, wouldn't you?
Then we're back in it, and it's
Did they have a bit of play though in the game? Were they kind of?
yeah,
Seen
again,
a few
playing it, not
comments.
really hurting you, but then when they get one back, it just gets nervy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You just still got to turn the screw.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Martin Tinnan asks, actually, with Carlisle reporting record spends on agents' fees recently, and Skip mentioning his dad got him a better deal when Man U came knocking. Well, he didn't get you knocked deal, he just played them, didn't he? Charlie played them.
They never wanted me. That just
Do players really need agents, or could deals be done with people who have the players' best interests at heart rather than looking at the pound sign? So could your dad do it? Could someone you know do it? Or agents needed? I used to think they weren't really needed, but I think even young boys now, the game's changed so much. You can they can be signed up at 15, 14, and you can get basically your future secured for
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
can
years.
if you thought
And
the height
so I
of
think
it.
agents are probably needed.
Yeah.
I mean, I got mine at, I think I was 17. We played pre-season friendly against Durham City, and I was in midfield with Kane Dyer, and obviously played really well. And he said, "Have you got an agent afterwards?" And I met Dave Manassi and Jonathan Barnett.
Yeah.
Got like him and Gareth Bale, and to name a few, and they got me my next contract. And obviously they're going to get me a better contract than I could ever get myself or my dad. So at that time I thought it was a good thing, but obviously when the career sort of spiraled downhill a bit, it's a lot harder to get hold of them. And they sort of distanced themselves from me, and it just fizzled out. And then it wasn't officially ended, it just wasn't anymore.
Yeah.
See that, Skip? Like, so see when you were kind of maybe bit past the honeymoon period and you weren't really like getting to the heights, was he involved at that point on like what can we do? Why are you not at the levels? What
Yeah, we used to have a
the
meeting.
guidance? And now go speak to the club. Like, what do you think's the problem with Mark? Do you know what I mean? Like, how can we get him?
At the start, yeah, we
Or
sort
is
of
it
had,
just like get the deal done? That's
And
you
then-
looked
and
after.
then away
I'm
goes.
looked after, and we'll hopefully do
no,
well.
they showed a bit of interest for a while, and then it was over like a 12-month period, and then, as I say, it sort of fizzled out, and he was like asking, "You've got to go and ask the question, where do you stand? Is it best if you move on?" And then I went to Port Vale, and he'd done that deal, and I got another good deal there, which I was very happy with. So he sorted that. But when I went to Carlisle after that, obviously we got relegated out of the Football League, and he basically said, "Look, I don't know what else I can do for you," which
is fair
is
enough, I
honest, isn't
suppose,
it?
yeah.
I mean, I appreciate his honesty. He said, "I don't know where you can go from here," and then obviously Gretna popped up, and after that, I just didn't have any contact with him.
You can kind of do your own at a certain
Yeah.
age.
I think when you drop to, like, no disrespect, but when you drop to them
Oh,
sort of
certain
levels, there's
levels,
no
of course,
really point in paying agent fees.
No,
and
no.
Maybe some agents don't even take fees at that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
level, but like, as you said, you're probably a bit more mature, you know people around, and you can do your own talking
Yeah, you
and stuff
can
like
do
that, can't you? So,
I think an agent's need. I think a good agent is patient with you and can articulate or balance between what you need and what's best for your career, not just seeing the pound signs as you see.
yeah.
I will say one thing about my agent though. When I signed with him, the bag full of Adidas gears I got,
Class.
my dad was head to toe in trackers and trainers. He was walking around Carlisle thinking, "Look at me."
Hey, when I raided Bushead's office. Bushead Andy Horn, the kit man at Carlisle United, and we got new again. I raided it, and no one knew. But then Bushead came and stayed at mine one night, and there's a lad I've given this gear to. He couldn't have wrote it. Bushead's coming to mine, and the kids walking past my estate in the brand new. He was going, "What's going on, yeah?"
Oh, the young team and
Oh,
Not even released yet,
all
or
my
nothing.
grassroots teams had Carlisle gear on. Love that. But yeah, so yeah, as I say, I think it's a good one. I think a great question. And agents, as we've said, there's a balance, isn't there? I think someone needs.
Yeah, definitely.
I think some agents can. I remember the PFA done my first ever deal. Vince O'Keefe was called.
Remember him, yeah?
Vince O'Keefe.
Yeah, I remember him.
Terrible. Terrible. Well, that's for another day.
That's a good.
Aye. So, yeah, Carlisle, not have to go into it. Well, you know what? You're just waiting for third place.
Are they though?
Nah.
They're looking over the shoulder now.
Yeah.
They'll get third place, but
I mean, they're way
just anyway. Like it's getting a run. Like teams put a bit of pressure, a couple of passes together, and get a good spell in the game. You know, like even 2-0 down. How can you away from home, Carlisle 2-0 down with a good crowd, and you get back into the game? Do you know what I mean? Like mentality. And I seen one of the players after the game done an interview saying about it's a mentality thing.
Yeah.
So as players, as staff, like how do you manage that? Do you know what I mean? Like
I think what's frustrating as well, Hughes likes to bring on a defender for a winger quite a bit.
Doesn't go down well, does it?
Doesn't go
down well.
No, so it looks
that
defensive.
tells your
doesn't
team
it?
and all. Like you've all been this.
Yeah, we're under pressure.
See if
Yeah.
you're on that pitch and you start bringing another centre half on, you look round and you've got 6 basic defenders and 2 sitting midfield. You're thinking we've seen this out.
Yeah.
Rather than now
Yeah.
bringing on a bit of energy up top or some wingers that can go carries up the pitch.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
So that's how he's seen the game. Do you know what I mean? If he's seen it out, it's a good point, a good win, but it never walked out in the end.
Yeah, well, they've got a lot to do for me. Got a lot to do.
I
All the
agree.
shots
I agree.
tomorrow night, isn't it?
All the shot away. Boreham would have walking. I looked before. I mean, Boreham got a great win against York, didn't they? So they're there. They're snapping at the heels. So it's not going to be as straightforward as we maybe thought. And you really need to finish in that third spot, do you know?
Yeah,
You do, don't you? I think you do.
So, anyway, Dylan, I want to talk to you a little bit more about when you've turned pro at Celtic, getting your debut. Well, we've spoke about your debut, but how it was in that dressing room and how the move to Hibs had to happen and why it happened.
Yeah, I think obviously touched on it, how I ended up at Celtic and my debut and all this kind of thing, and I kind of was there for a few years, rode the wave a little bit.
Who were the big hitters in the dressing room at that time?
We had some big hitters, like obviously Scott Brown was the captain, Scotland captain at the time, Charlie McGrew.
Charlie, great left foot.
Oh, unbelievable.
I tried to get, he was at Southend.
Was he,
against him, and he free kick. Oh,
Yeah,
scored a free kick against us.
He got player of the year playing at left centre half.
Yeah.
He played left midfield in the Champions League games, get man of the match and stuff, a few games in Champions League games, like playing at left back anywhere. Brilliant. Great guy as well.
Yeah, he seems a good
like
kid.
top. We'll get him on the pod. He's brilliant. But yeah, Charlie, and then we had like international, like Victor Wanyama, Benham Kyle, Joe Ledley, top player. I seen
Was he quality?
Joe was
quality.
He never really got the appreciation
Yeah,
because he
that's
never
what I'm
done
saying.
anything flashy. He wasn't
Yeah.
like
You miss
dribbling
him,
by
he's not.
people and big diags, but just the older you get, the more you realise like how valuable he was.
Yeah.
Like he was up there 13, 14k a game, honestly. Like run all day, keep the ball, had a goal in him, good about the place, like just an infectious kind of.
He seems with the Wales, he was dancing, wasn't he? When
Yeah. Did you see Gareth Bale on Stick to Football?
Yeah, seen it,
he
yeah.
said that the funniest player he's played with was Joe Ledley. and stuff.
Yeah, we give you a shout out. Stick to football.
Yeah.
You-
I know. But yeah, Wanyama and Fraser Forster, like some big hitters. Do you know what I mean, who ended up going on and playing at the top. So
Fraser's from Hexham, just down there.
is he? Yeah, the best keeper I've ever played with.
Honestly,
Oh, by a mile.
who else would you keep as you play? Who else has been up there? Borich, was it Borich?
No, I'm not that old. No, I wasn't.
You don't do him, but you don't give him a very good rep,
I
do you?
know,
With
I
this,
know.
with
Keep
the
Forgetting
years
he's
and
only
that.
30.
He's miles younger than us.
I was a ball boy when Borich was playing. Jesus. Yeah, I had a big Conrad Logan, like for the brief spell that I had was on performances was up there, but Fraser Forster, honestly, see sometimes you're training, man, like you couldn't do it, you couldn't beat him. It's not even the first one, it's the second and third, like now the reaction saves and see if you hit a shitty shot, like some of your shots there.
Absolutely no need.
Lummy, honestly, see if it was like close to him, he wouldn't just catch it, right? He's 6'7", I think, 6'7", right? So his boots now on 6'8", a bit. Massive guy, always in the gym, and see if you hit a shot at him, see his forearm, he'd literally just go fuck off.
Go a mile.
And it was like, honestly, it would go off a mile, like just taking the piss. So yeah, some big hitters, and then rode the wave a little bit. I was coming on off the bench, and a lot of my time was kind of fighting to get on the bench because we had that much experience, and we were always going for Champions League and trebles and all this kind of stuff. So I was always fighting to try to get on the bench, and then again try to get on the pitch. And when I was playing, I was kind of playing more wide, which naturally wasn't my kind of game.
Was it like the graveyard shift, or was it kind of like?
No, it was James Forrest. So Jamesy was Neil Lennon's boy.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like he was his
Forrest,
boy.
James Forrest.
James Forrest. Yeah. So whenever he had a kind of, we'd be winning and it was like 70, 75 minutes, he'd take him off and then he'd put me on as a winger. But I'm not the same as James Forrest. I mean, I'm not going to drop a shoulder and go to the byline. I was coming in the pitch and try to link up. So, but there wasn't a lot of space in the middle with the names I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So, bit part player, but a great experience. Do you know what I mean?
bet,
Training with these boys every single day.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, it's Sunderland, I loved it, like being in the Premier League and stuff. And back then it was like 3, then it went to 5 subs. And
Yeah.
now you'd be on the bench because
The 5 sub would
because,
be unbelievable
because
now.
7 subs and you've got to have 2 local. So
Oh,
me and
right,
Thurwell would have been on the bench
Perfect.
all the time.
Yeah, getting the bonuses.
But it was kind of, we were travelling and we were in the stand, if you
Yeah.
get what I mean. So,
Yeah.
but we still got bonuses and
Yeah.
stuff. But it was great.
it's good when you're a kid, innit?
just going to, yeah, and then it just got to the point, 2021, I need to play. And
Yeah.
once you've had your first loan move and you've tasted it, you
You're
can't really
on
go
board.
back to reserves,
Yeah.
can you?
Well, that's carbon copy what happened to me. So Alan Stubbs came in, Hibs just get relegated. I don't know if you remember Jason Cummins' interview. Watch it; it's funny. They just,
It's a funny
I think
guy.
the first game they were playing a playoff. That's when they brought the playoff in.
Yeah.
Can't remember Hamilton maybe. They were 2-0 up. He scored like 1 or 2. And his first interview, he's a bit of a cannon, Cummins. And
Alex Neil was manager of Hamilton.
yes,
Played
he
with
was.
Alex at
Yeah.
Barnsley.
Yeah, he was.
Angry man.
Yeah, I've heard. But so Cummins like done really well, done an interview on Sky Night. He's like, my left foot's a tin of beans. I could open a tin of beans and all this kind of like absolute character. And then they go the away leg and get beat. They actually at Easter Road and get beat.
Aye.
So they get relegated. Stubbsy comes in. They had a big clear out. He phoned me up. He's like, we've got about 8 players. I want to take you. So I had to go get some games at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
I
of
was,
course, yeah.
I can't remember.
Was it loan or?
On loan. It was
Yeah.
on loan for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So I went on loan, played, done really well. Fans were all loving me, the manager, and just that feeling of training to play at the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before I was training just to train.
Yeah.
So I got that little taste of it, and then once I went back to Celtic, it was kind of from both parties. It was like I think the best stage for you
Yeah.
is to go play games.
Yeah.
As I touched on a couple of episodes ago, that boys that I was coming through the youth, that I was kind of playing with Scotland youth days and stuff, they were playing 150, 200 games. I'm sitting at 25, 30, do you know what I mean? So I kind of had to go and get proper experience.
Yeah.
And then it was the best thing I'd done, to be honest.
Yeah,
'cause
of course, yeah.
I could have stayed at Celtic another year and a half, whatever it was, and just enjoyed being there and being part of it. But you know what it's like when you're winning things and you're not on the pitch.
It's different,
It's
innit?
hard.
Yeah,
It's not
completely.
the
Even if
same.
you sub for me, I couldn't really.
Don't get me wrong, I've still got the pictures holding it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God, aye.
The trophies and the medals and all that. I've still got all them, which is brilliant. But like when you go to Hibs and you get promoted and you win the Scottish Cup and you can talk about it 10 years later, do you know what I mean? That's proper like feeling part of it. So yeah, never looked back since the Hibs days. Like went on a couple of years there and won a few things.
Did they? So you done the loan, went back, and then Hibs just were we on a free? So that kind of
Aye,
goodwill.
so, well, a little kind of backstory with that was I kind of knew in my head that I was going to go back to Hibs. They really wanted me. I really wanted to go. There was nothing really in the way. The only thing was money, like wages.
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
Obviously, they couldn't pay. They've just been at a championship. They couldn't pay as good as what I was on. So I thought, me and my agent at the time were like, we kind of need to be somewhere close.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
closer.
But even then, I'd have went anyway.
Yeah.
But I was just a bargaining chip. So I was supposed to go into training one day and I got a phone call. I think it was Chris McCart. He was like head of youth at the time. He was like, you have to go to Celtic Park. Peter Lawwell wants you. I was like, oh, fuck, like the CEO, do you know what I mean? Like the chairman wants me here. Like,
Oh.
so
Panic.
I'm on the way over and I'm on the phone to my agent, who's really calm kind of guy and speaks really softly and thinks about before he speaks.
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone to him. I'm panicking. I'm like, Liam. Yeah. I'm like, what did I do here and all that? And he's like, I've not been told to come. Just go in and just back yourself. Like, you'll be fine. So anyway, I go in, talking away about the experience of being away, and the best thing for me to go forward was to go and play some games and whatever and wish me luck all this. But they were like, I understand that Rod Petrie was the chairman at Hibs at the time. He's like, I understand there's a stumbling block, like you can't really meet now your demands kind of thing. Like, you should really just take it. And I was like, well, no. Like, what I've kind of asked Hibs for isn't out with their kind of budget. So I was like, I'm no going, like, unless they give me it. He was like, so you won't go if they don't get to that number? I went, no way. He was like, I'll just phone Rod when you leave. And I was like, yeah. I was like, phone him now. So it got a wee bit of like I had my guard up because I felt like from like Peter's kind of they were pushing me. Do you know what I mean, like just get out the door, just go. But it was like no, like we both know that what I'm asking for is not life changing money. Do you know what I mean, like, so I was like, well, phone him, just do it now. He's like, my phone him, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And he was like, right, okay, thanks for coming to see me, and like we wish you well and all that. Hopefully we can get something sorted. Yeah. He's like, so I'll phone Rod and just tell him the deal's off. I went, tell him the deal's off. I'm just staying. I'll just sit here for another year. That's it. And then by the time I got in my car and got home, it was about 15 minutes. I got a phone call from my agent. He's like, head for Easter Road. Got it. He's like, Rod's going to give you it.
Yeah, that's class.
And he still speaks about it to this day, my agent. So he's like,
how old were you then?
21, 22.
Some ball. I did, to be fair.
But that's what he's saying. He's like, back yourself. Like, you're sitting there with the chairman of Celtic and stuff, and all this. Don't forget who you are. Do you know what I mean? You're like a kind of council boy. Like, don't be intimidated. Like, going and back yourself. Like,
I'd have caved in me.
You'd have left with less.
You don't want to play for free.
So yeah, that was a kind of a little. We can laugh about it now. Do you know what I mean? And but yeah, I just went in and it probably touches on what they talk about with the agents and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, like good advice and backing myself, and I'm talking maybe an extra £100, £200. I mean, it wasn't like crazy money, but yeah. And then
who was in midfield with you at Hibs?
So it was me, Fraser 5A.
Just retired him, hasn't he?
Yeah, 5A's just retired. Yeah,
is he Bolton? Ex-Bolton. That's
Wigan.
Wigan.
Yeah, good player. Aye, very good player. Again, probably didn't get the recognition.
Yeah.
Like, well, I think he does. To be fair, Hibs fans appreciate him. They do because he was involved with the Scottish Cup and But as players as well, like see training and stuff like that, he was on it. Like he would kick your granny, honestly. Like he was on it.
Train the way you play.
Proper player. He liked to tell you about his FA Cup medal that he's got. Yeah, he was involved in that. The one that beat City.
Did he play, or was he in the squad?
I think he was in the squad or whatever.
That's enough, isn't it?
I've got a funny one actually. We're in the car one day. No mention of the FA Cup medals, nothing. Just driving, commuting to Edinburgh. And I love it, to be fair. And he's like, "They'll open that glove box up for me." I was like thinking he's looking for like a napkin or something, or some whatever it is, sugar or something for his coffee. I was like, "Yeah, what is it?" And he's like, "Oh, there's a little box in there. Can you grab it for me?" I was like, "Yeah, what was it?" FA Cup medal. I thought, fair play to him, fair play. But yeah, Fraser 5A, Marvin Bartley.
Yeah.
Right.
And then a year or two later, Scott Allen and stuff. So
yeah.
John McGinn actually. I forgot about John McGinn. John. He's not bad.
I always fancied playing for Hibs.
Did you?
I don't know why. Hibs, just like
Edinburgh.
I went up there, I think, and just see the stadium and that, and you think, good club. That
Good
and
club,
they have a training ground, very good.
Yeah, it's
They're
good. They just built it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think after they sold Scott Brown and Kevin Thompson to the Old Firm, I think they built out in Trinent, which is good. It's still doing really well there, and a lot of young boys coming through the youth and that. So it's a good club. Like both
Big
clubs,
club, isn't it?
Hibs and
It's a real
Hearts,
big
like
club.
it's a good city, good clubs.
And then just you were a mainstay then.
Yeah, from then on, and don't get me wrong, I had my ups and downs, like probably not my own fault, but I had injuries and stuff there, a lot of niggles, and obviously Neil Lennon comes in and I'm kind of in and out of the team and breaking down and can't really get a good run of games. But eventually, I think over the whole period of my Hibs career, that won a few things and had great memories. Yeah.
Did Lennon bring Parker in that? Gary
Parker, yeah.
Same, so you reunited.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, it was brilliant.
No, perfect. We'll go into it more again next week. It's good hearing from our careers a little bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Clown watch.
Here we go again.
There's a few clowns this weekend. I'm not happy with Tony Pulis picking on my mate Isaiah Rankin.
Have you had a pop?
I've had a little pop.
I thought you would.
Trying to tell a story and saying that Paul Jewell signed Isaiah Rankin. It was meant to be 50 grand and they ended up playing 1.3 and kind of belittling his career, but you don't play 350 games if you're not a great. Kind of making the story a little bit and singling them out for the laugh. I didn't really like it.
I have a bit more respect there.
Yeah, clown watch. Aiden, AJ official 98. I got a photo sent to me during the game on Saturday with me and Laura, and he went, "You haven't shook Ramos off."
Yeah, but she's through there.
So babysitting duties today. So I couldn't shake Ramos off. But again, thank you, Gaffer, for coming in and seeing us. And Millie, they looked
Right
after us.
few quid's worth in the last few
He's
weeks,
done
by the
well
way,
in
hasn't he?
pounds, like, done very well. We've done the speaking this time though. Me and Karl went through. It was funny as
Get
it
your
went
money's
on.
worth, yeah.
Well, first one we were quite sensible, and then 3 pints later in the next one we got a bit leery, and then Karl just went in the last one. He called like Neil MacDonald a bell or something, and we just went, are we at this stage? Are we? And we just did.
Absolute roast, was it?
Just a quick one. David Gilly's charity match Saturday, 2nd of May at Guildford Park.
Right.
Raising money for the Eden Valley Hospice. So I think we need to promote that, and we'll keep reporting it. We'll keep promoting it.
Isn't that the date of the? Could be the date of the semi-final, no, or around there, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Right.
Of the if Carlisle finish third, I could be wrong, but I think it's definitely around that date. Yeah.
We've got a question as well. One thing I've always wondered is, do players respect and listen better to managers or coaches who have played at a higher level and achieved more things in the game as players, or does it not really matter as long as their training methods and tactics are good? An example being, does Mark Hughes automatically get a head start with getting lads on board, say over a Chris Beach or John Ward, because of playing careers?
I would say when he walks through the door, probably yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think he's got to prove himself. So obviously if somebody like that walks in, you know the career they've had, you know who they are.
Yeah.
But from then on in, I think if they prove to be what you think they're going to be when they walk through the door, all well and good. But if not, then I think you maybe lose a little bit of respect for them.
You definitely get a head start.
But I definitely think it's harder for somebody who isn't someone of a name. They've obviously got to prove themselves because they're a bit of the unknown, aren't they? But at the same time, the other side of the coin, if they come in and the methods are good and the sessions are good and things, then you'll get on board and you'll go with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think in the end, if you're good enough, you'll prove to the boys that you're good enough. Do you know what I mean? If you've not played, but don't, as you said, if you've had a right good career, and automatically before you've even met the new manager, you're thinking, like you've got that respect for what he's done in the game. I think probably Gerrard's a great example.
Yeah,
that I know a few boys that were Rangers, and they're like, "How was he so good?" He was just his presence. His presence. He had great coaches.
Yeah.
Michael Beale, all them boys that done a lot of the training. He's like, but see, just him being about the place and his presence and what he's done, you're in awe of him.
We spoke about it, didn't we? Old school managers used to drop in on a Thursday and suddenly like training goes up 10%, doesn't it? You can imagine Gerrard walking over and you think, fucking hell.
Remember,
He just put the Preds on and that, innit?
remember Halliday said he joined in once?
Yeah, I
he says in the
remember
way
that,
he kicked it sounded different.
People
Said
mentioned
it
that.
sounded different. He pinged it like the way he
I'd say the
pinged
same
it.
about Lummy's shot when he it sounded different when he was done that crossbar.
I think
Lost the ball, hasn't he?
I think the footballs aren't regulation size.
Well, they were actually size 4s.
Aye. I know.
We're
I was
pros.
off
I mean,
it.
we're used to a size 5 professional.
I'm
do you know
allowed
what
to put a day.
But yeah, Gerrard supposedly when he was involved in training, like unbelievable player.
Speaking of Gerrard, I'm going to throw this at you.
Go on then.
Debate world class. So, a world class player is one of the very best in the world in their position. They don't just show flashes of brilliance, they consistently decide games, set the standard, and perform at that level for a prolonged period of time. Form matters, but so does proof over time. World class is considered higher than elite. So remember that. Representing top 0.1 to 1% globally, while elite represents the top 1%. So Adrian Heath, Peter Reid and Andy Gray. I was 19, remember Peter Reid?
Yeah.
Adrian Heath, Andy Gray used to do the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
I was 19 in Marbella, and I sat with them three, and they were debating this. And I was just I was like, this is unbelievable. So Alex McLeish was there. Bollocks.
Top.
Peter Reid put him to bed.
He gave me my Scotland debut, Alex McLeish.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was the manager.
Scotland debut.
It's not bad, is it?
Alex
played-
McLeish. Wankered he was.
Was he?
Oh, wankered.
We played for the county.
We played for county, yeah. we were playing 35. So they were saying, Peter Reid, Adrian Heath, Andy Gray, Alex McLeish, saying that a group is world class at the time. This is their group of world class. Pelé, Maradona, Cruyff, Beckenbauer, Lothar Matthäus, Platini, and Best. Right? They said Shearer, Henry, Vieira, Brian Robson were elite. So they're down a level.
One level below.
And I have to agree, as much as good Shearer was, he doesn't go into that top Pelé, Maradona. No. Does Henry?
No.
Oh, he's not.
Where does Ronaldo and Messi go?
Oh, they're in that.
Yeah,
top.
Messi and Ronaldo are in that 0. Whatever.
They're in
0.01.
elite.
Yeah.
So
No.
So they're world class,
Yeah.
and then there's elite of like the Shearers, etc. But Ronaldo and Messi go.
This
top.
is a sort of debate you could have for hours, though, isn't it?
Well, let's have it for a few minutes.
Go on then.
Mark.
Let's go.
Right. Ronaldo and Messi are in it.
I would. I would say like legendary status though. They're like legendary. Like I would say in their prime, Gerrard was world class. He would probably play for any club in the world in his prime.
Hold your horses.
But to put him in the same category with Pelé, Maradona and stuff, you're not putting Gerrard in there.
No.
Are we not?
I'm making a new section.
Wait.
I'm making
Oh,
a new
you're
section.
going to...
He's on one.
So
I'm putting one.
somebody's hit the crossbar there.
I've had about 4 coffees before we got in here, so I'm a bit chuffed.
To the moon.
But I think Pelé, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, they're legendary status.
Do you agree, lads? Ronaldo and Messi.
Legendary. Love that.
Yeah.
New section. So
There you go.
Pelé, Maradona, I'm saying they're all in one category, right? And then, so legendary, and then world class is your Gerrard, potentially Henry.
So we're going
And then elite is
Maradona
Shearers and stuff.
top, Pelé top,
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Messi in that or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Right.
Yeah,
then we
100%,
go
yeah.
on the Henrys, etc.
What's that? World class?
I'm losing myself here. Let's just go this then.
Go.
I'm going to hit you with a list.
Go on then.
World class or elite. So world class is your Pelés, your Maradonas.
And then elite's one below.
Elite's one below, your Shearers, your Henrys, right?
Go for it.
Ronaldo R9, the original.
World class?
World class.
Okay. He's got the devil in his eye today.
He has, hasn't he?
Iniesta.
World class.
Well, so he's Maradona.
But I know I'm repeating myself, but world class. Iniesta walks into any team in the world for 10 years straight.
Right?
So he's world class.
So he's a Cruyff.
But he's not in the same category
'cause
as
he's and
Pelé,
what he's won.
Maradona,
Yeah.
Messi, and Ronaldo. He's not in the
I'm
same
having-
category as them. Do you know what I mean?
I'm having Iniesta as high as you can have him. Yeah.
Okay. Bale.
Golf or football? He's
Bale?
Nah, bit
No, not world class. Elite.
elite. Yeah, elite. Yeah.
We're
No,
not
it's
slagging
mad.
them
No,
off
it's
yet.
mad
No,
though. Like
elite's not
I know
bad.
we've downplayed it, right? Saying he's not in the same there. He's won 5 Champions Leagues.
That's the argument, isn't it?
But is that because he's part of an
Class team.
absolute machine of a team that just back-to-back Champions League won it 3 in a row or
Constantly,
something?
yeah.
What about Ronaldinho?
World class.
World class, yeah. He was.
He was
from-
going Cruyff and Platini.
Yeah.
He was,
and
he was
Pelé.
amazing.
They changed the game. Them like people stood up off their seats when they get the ball. You see when the top players, the top players are talking about your Ronaldinhos and stuff. That's when you know.
Yeah.
Like your Gerrards and that, the way they talk, and Gary Neville's and Roy Keane's, when they talk about Ronaldinho, they're talking like they were a class above them.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
they were. Yeah,
Zidane.
Again,
Yeah,
world
I
class.
think so. Yeah.
Scholes.
Elite.
Well, Zidane put Scholes as the best player he's
What's his
played.
opinion? This is mine.
We're on it today.
We're on you too, like. So, Ronaldinho's in world class. Scholes and Zidane is, and Scholes just below.
For me, yeah.
I've got one. See the Brian Robson, right? I obviously heard a lot that he's top player.
You reckon
Like,
he
how
He
good?
was
Like
even
that
better
was
drinker.
know.
But that was probably like your kind of era of watching football, wasn't it? I don't remember it, obviously watching.
I'm 55. Yeah,
But you're more relevant
he was,
like age.
he was class.
Yeah, he was.
He was the Gerrard. He was kind of like the Gerrard. He scored goals. He
Roy
won
Keane loves him,
tackles.
doesn't he? Roy Keane loves him.
He was a nightmare because he'd have 13 pints, I reckon, and he wouldn't change, and then he'd be the first in the running.
Oh,
You're like,
it's a different type of humour.
old bin
Maverick.
bag and that. What's the most hungover you've been at training?
Quite a few, to be honest.
Have you ever been when the manager knows?
Have you been sick in training?
Nah.
Never been sick. I've had. Do you ever remember snake biting black?
Yeah.
I've had that all round there while I was training,
Oh,
and just terrible. Felt wrong. But you get through it, don't you?
Yeah.
You actually get through it, and then you go home and you just sleep.
Just dying.
Yeah, you just go to bed. And
You've
sleep.
talked about being sick on
It's
the
not a
training.
good idea.
There's funny, Paul Slane talks about it. It was like we played in like a Tuesday night or whatever, and he wasn't involved. And now in the hospitality lounges, you get pies that
yeah.
like you've obviously had a few this year. The plates, right? So one of the boys like dared Slane to eat like 10 pies. Now the wee mini ones, right? And I think he tells it himself. He must have been like 7 or 8 of them down, like at half time. See how many he could eat. That's fine. Whatever he done. Next day in training, now it's the ones that didn't play get a tough session, don't they? Like 3v3s, 4v4s, like
Pitch shuttles.
standing at the side of the pitch, being sick. But obviously Gary Park and that, they're in about all the boys, they know what's been on, right? And then Lenny's funny about a name and absolute mental. You're in a hospitality suite eating fucking 8 pie, you know, that night before training. It's like, he's like, brilliant.
What about Salah?
numbers wise, but not top. No,
Okay.
not for me.
Rooney?
I thought he was amazing.
That's a tough one.
I don't know.
I love Rooney because he could play anywhere. He played right back anywhere. He would just dig in and do a job, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Modric?
elite.
Not world class, but as in he is but this world class
Yeah.
is like the top,
Best
top,
of the
top.
best. Yeah, I would say, if we're doing it that way, I would say elite.
Gaza?
The best ever.
Gaza?
Oh, he's my hero. I love him. Yeah, he's better than them all for me.
Gaza, Beardsley, Gerrard.
Oh, phenomenal.
Right, next week, you know what we're going to debate next week?
Go on.
Lampard, Scholes, and Gerrard.
This argument, man.
I'm going to put a poll up.
What about Hendrik Larsson there? You putting Hendrik Larsson in these lists?
He only playing part-timers, wasn't he? What? Listen, and he was getting
Won the Champions League at like
construction workers on a
34 or
Tuesday night,
something,
done
35.
filming. Blokes just finished shift and then up against Larson.
Alex Ferguson signed him when he was like basically
He was
retired,
class,
and then comes
he
down
was
and
phenomenal.
wins the league.
So yeah, next week, Scholes, Gerrard and Lampard debate.
Definitely put a poll up. Yeah.
Right. Straight away, we're going on to this already. I'm going to go into a question section. What's the crack? Week 2 or week 3?
Week 2. Yeah.
So,
The Warwick
yes,
Road
if you
bed
see it,
set up.
those who are watching and who are on audio, we've got some nice mugs here.
Yeah.
And we are delighted to announce that this segment is sponsored by Warwick Road Bed Centre. So thank you so much to Julian and his family, situated on Warwick Road, and you can find their other store, Warwick New and Used Furniture, on Brook Street. So get along there, and again, mention 3 in the middle. I'll be back down there soon, need some beds.
Yeah. Can I just, before you carry on, can I just say the mugs,
Uh-huh.
the key rings were courtesy of Mike, weren't they? And I believe he wasn't too pleased that we didn't mention him because he went out of his way. I got told. I won't say who by. But there you go, Mike. So Mike, Mike and his wife. So thanks very much for the
Have we
cups
upset someone?
No, Mike's all right.
Well,
Thanks for the mugs
I
and the
was with
keys.
Julian this morning.
Yeah.
He was saying if we can go down and do a little video in the shop.
I think we're better lying on beds than we are crossbar challenge.
Well, he did
Yeah,
mention that we could maybe we could maybe have a pillow fight.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's this scanning? Right, Paul Patterson, question. Patty,
Patty, yeah.
Louis doing well. His son's doing
Yeah,
very well
he's
in
class,
Carlisle.
Louis, isn't he?
Youth.
Really good player.
Left footer. What did a typical week look like for you as a footballer, both on and off the pitch? So, shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Saturday game, Sunday off,
Yep.
Monday in.
What did you do on a Sunday? Go on then.
Same as he does
Tell the
every Sunday.
audience.
I played on a Saturday, win, lose, or draw.
What was your Saturday night food after the game? That's what I want to know.
Carlin.
He's not lying either.
Fuck a Red Bull.
There's other brands available.
Yeah, there is other vendors. So we'd win on a Saturday, straight home, dancing gear on, out. Sunday, get up, bit of lunch, couple of pints. Monday training, usually like a warm down. Tuesday, hard session, because you'd have Wednesday off. Thursday, you get in, you start to think about the weekend, don't you? Thursday, you start to go maybe through some phase of play, think more about the opposition. Friday, 5-a-side, go through your set players. And then the Saturday. Barnsley was a bit different. We had a nice Atlantic manager, good John Thorderson. So we'd come in Sunday morning
Really? Yeah.
and you were done by like 12 o'clock, but you'd have Sunday afternoon and Monday off.
All right.
So, and then if we played Tuesday night, you'd go in Wednesday and get Thursday off, which was tremendous because Wednesday nights in Barnsley and Newcastle were excellent.
Yeah. Pretty similar, to be honest. I mean, apart from Port Vale was different because we had Thursdays off.
Did you come home?
That was my problem. I couldn't stay away from Carlisle. I mean, I've seen me finish playing Luton away on a Saturday and still be in the nightclub in Carlisle on the Saturday night. Honestly, Junction 16 on the M6, in the Corsa, just above the speed limit, pull up, close on, out go. Ridiculous, but that's what I used to do. If I could get home, I would get home. But yeah, like you say, finish on a Saturday. Obviously, I would drive back to Carlisle, get ready, go out and meet my mates. Sunday, just not a lot. And then wherever I was playing, would decide what time I set back off on a Monday morning.
Class when you get a Monday off.
Yeah, and then obviously just the same training wise. It wasn't really. You used to the day before a day off. It was the afternoon, wasn't it? The double session. I mean, I know they do double sessions mostly all the time now.
Doesn't
don't they?
happen now. Doesn't happen.
The thing is now,
Apart for
these
pre-season, double session.
these things they monitor them with now. You don't have to do. Well, you do the running, but they know when to bring you out. Like stop.
Yeah, it's
You
mad,
don't
isn't it?
even. This is like sports science, and obviously there's the reasons why you do it. But see, apart from pre-season, you hardly do runs during the year. You hardly do it.
Do you know?
Everything's with the even I watch Celtic's like videos that they put up on YouTube and stuff like that, and I know they don't get like a big break, but see their pre-season and that, a lot is with the ball.
Yeah.
Like it's not the 5Ks and the 10 laps of the pit, all that. Everything's all like little 30-second bursts with the ball, like dribbles and dribble tracks, like, which is, it looks a lot easier, I suppose, doesn't it, than just running for days.
Do you think, when we played, you were never 100% were you really? You're rarely in your career 100%. They've got so much technology now that they can tell if people are in the red zone.
Yeah.
But that's why there's so many subs made. But I know it's the medical advice, but I would hate coming off. Even though I was getting a twinge, I just want to play the full
through it,
game.
yeah.
And I reckon they probably could get through it and not be injured, but there's so much wrapped up in cotton wool now.
And do you know what? When we used to go back to pre-season, heavy and not fit, it was to get fit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Everybody
Used
lost.
pre-season to get fit.
Used
Everybody lost a bit of timber. Everybody got a lot fitter. But now they go back fit, don't they?
Oh, now
They go back fit, and
it's a different level.
I was going to sign with Crew, bid 500 grand for us at Sunderland, got accepted. And Crew, I didn't go. I wasn't going to go anyway, but they went in Monday, Wednesday, Fridays through the summer. Nah.
During the summer?
Any chance? So when everyone went back to do pre-season and running, they were playing five-a-side, so it was kind of that. But you had to go. You couldn't. You had to go to 10. There was 10 sessions.
So you could pick and choose which, but you had to make 10.
Yeah, now that you get a full programme, gym, obviously grass stuff as well, like fitness stuff, and you have to send it in, like they send you away with GPS vests and stuff, so there's no hiding. Honestly, there's no hiding from it.
You ever been hauled in on a Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst shout.
It's absolutely heartbreaking, especially if you've got something organised and you've got spanked at home and it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
And you're just running. You're not going through a video.
Nothing.
Yet and ran.
Neil Lennon was at worst for that.
Ryan Hall used to run us up the steps. Oh
Ryan
my
Hall.
God, we had one big stand-up over there.
We've done this.
Just had a row of lads,
Oh,
up, down. Oh, it was brutal.
That's mad. Yeah, Neil Lennon was a nightmare for that. Like, you couldn't plan anything. Honestly, no matter what it is, like weddings, anything at all. Now you think, Saturday night I've got a wedding, I've got this or that party.
And you're relying on the result. You're nervous all week.
And see, to be fair though, like, it probably gives you that wee extra, like, because see if we draw or get beat, that's done.
Weekends,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like your
weekends
weekend's
ruined,
done because you'll be in Sunday, and like he'll make sure.
It can spur you on, can't it? You think you're right.
You'll make sure that you're not out on a Saturday and stuff. You had eyes and ears everywhere, but yeah, it's the running and stuff like that. It's so intense now.
So cheers for that, Paul Patterson.
Yeah,
Patty.
lad.
Got one from Minnie Moynan.
Minnie.
So he sponsored our first episode, wasn't
He
it?
did, yeah.
Moynan Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, he's put this question for myself and Dylan. Obviously, Skip was honest and said he was a player he felt he didn't maximise his potential. For the record, we had some top nights out, mind.
Oh, did we?
You and Dylan have good careers, one that most lads would love and aspire for. But looking back, do you both think you should have played at the top level for longer after having appearances in the top flight in England and Scotland? And any reasons you didn't play longer in the top flight? P.S. I'm not on Insta or Twitter shite, hence the WhatsApp message.
That's very Minnie, that.
Sent on a text message.
So, should we played longer? As I said earlier, I've touched on it. Well, I was talking to Glenn Murray the other day, and I spoke about how Carlisle just went too quick for him, and he had to drop down. Sunderland were the same. We just kept going in that trajectory up. I just couldn't get in. If they stayed in the Championship longer, I would have played a few more games. As I said, I was in the squads, travelling, etc., making the bench, not making the bench. I probably should have played in the Championship a lot more than I did. But there was reasons. Barnsley, I enjoyed the first year, loved it in the Championship, found it really easy. And then we got relegated, and mentally I went. So I went from Premier League to League One quite quickly.
Yeah.
And mentally I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then with Carlisle, I had the chance to move 3 or 4 times, but I just loved it after the Barnsley, which we'll get into in a couple of weeks' time, my Barnsley career down there. Things that happened that made us just want to enjoy me football, and that's why I stayed at Carlisle a lot longer and were winning. And I probably could have went back up a bit earlier, but
Yeah, because Carlisle for you was just nothing but success, wasn't it?
Nah,
From when you come to...
It's hard to walk away for that though, isn't it? When you are winning things.
the
And
National League, I'm not being arrogant, it was easy.
yeah.
But the support as well, because when you're winning,
Yeah.
the fans
Like, I
at the
got
stadium
played
is bouncing every
20
home game.
22 home matches, I got 19 man of the matches.
Did you?
Wow.
What, in your own head, or did someone give you them?
No, I got them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Peter Jackson, that's you, lads. 22 watches. They've all gone missing. But some of it was easy. And then when I signed for Carlisle, actually, I went, I want to get in the League One as quick as possible. Take us 3 or 4 years. Took us 2 back-to-back promotions.
I remember, some team though, wasn't it?
But yeah, not Premier League, but I think I should have stayed in the Championship a bit longer.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare getting relegated. I cut deep that. I've made the move. Big move to Barnsley, Championship,
And your
playing
head
well.
thinking it's going to go a certain way.
28 games, 7, 8, 9 goals.
Yeah.
Thinking,
good
this
result,
is
isn't it?
me from centre mid. But we just couldn't stay up, and then mentally drop into League One, where could have went to Barnsley. I could have went to Preston or Burnley and decided to stay, because I thought Barnsley would just jump back up.
Yeah.
But we didn't. But
Yeah. No, I think for me, like, obviously, as I'm getting a bit older now in football terms, it's, you kind of look back sometimes, do you know what I mean? And you think, oh, if that went a bit differently or whatever. But the main thing for me is probably little niggly injuries that's kind of set me back. And it's probably been the question mark the last couple of years for me, like getting in places and looking for clubs in that in the summer, especially just there, that nobody's ever really questioned my ability. It's always been, how fit is he? Do you know what I mean? Where's he at? How fit is he and stuff? So, and listen, I'm honest enough to know that as well. Like, if I was the other side of the table, I'd be asking them questions as well. So I totally get it. And yeah, it's just little moments where I think I went to Sunderland, who'd just been relegated to League One.
Yeah.
Jack Ross had just went in.
where did you live?
Newcastle.
Did you?
Yeah, I stayed in Newcastle because me and the missus, like, we never had any kids around at the time,
Whereabouts in Newcastle?
and just over, like, well, is it Gateshead?
Yeah.
Just over the bridge. So just 5
Angel
minutes.
of the North.
Yeah, just along the road. So yeah, we stayed there, but I'd come off the back of a good season at Hibs, like flying, got in the SPFL Team of the Year,
Oh, yeah.
won Players Player and Player of the Year, Hibs Fans Player of the Year and stuff like that. So done really well. Just got a call up for Scotland, played 2 games, flying, and then Jack Ross gets a Sunderland job in the summer. Straight on the phone, wants to take me down. So I'm thinking, right, brilliant, I'm going to be his main man, get Sunderland back, like, to the club we know they can be. So in your head, you're thinking, like, this is it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to go Championship next. We're going to win this league, Championship, and then who knows what can happen after that. So we're down and then done really well the pre-season games, and then the last pre-season game before the season starts, we played Middlesbrough away. 45 minutes, done really well, getting on the ball, feeling really confident. About 5 minutes before half time, done my calf.
Nightmare.
Just out.
You like a calf?
Oh, I did honestly see calves.
I've had a few. So right away, I was out for like 3 weeks.
Nightmare time.
Season starts, other boys are in, your Lee Catmull and Max Powers, and all these boys are all in. And then from there, I was I never really got back from there. I was in, not really doing that great. We weren't winning a lot of games, and we were winning one, losing one, all this kind of stuff. So I was in and out a lot. And then, never really worked out. And I think that was probably the turning point of where I was going now, trajectory. Like, if I'd played and stayed fit, which the quality I think would have shown through, and as a club, hopefully I'd have still been there and done really well. But it kind of went the other way, where I got injured, couldn't get in, club didn't do that well, and a lot of people left, and I was one that left. So that was kind of the big one for me. Yeah, but listen, I'd say I would have liked to play at the top longer, but I've played for a lot of top clubs. Do you know what I mean? And again, just the little niggle injuries that I never had a good couple of seasons run at each club.
Yeah.
Are you on the documentary?
I'm in the second season, but when I say I'm in it, I'm in the background of some like training and stuff. They done a lot of interviews so I'd done like 2 or 3 interviews through the season. I think everybody did, and then they picked and chose, depending on results and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think, as I said, you can go higher sometimes, but as I said, I was just loving it at Carlisle, and it's winning all the time. It makes a difference when you're winning.
Yeah.
And then to think, the Carlisle team I played in, our first game was against Canby Island, and then 2 years later, we're going and beating Nottingham Forest at Sit Ground, and Brentford, and Bournemouth, and Brighton. We're beating them all in there.
It doesn't matter like what level or see if you're winning games and part of something. That's when you're playing your best. You remember, like, you still tell stories and still.
That's exactly me at Barrow. Yeah, I mean, it was Conference North, but when I signed, I remember we lost on my debut. It's the first time I went part time, and we lost to Stalybridge Celtic at home. And you're driving home thinking, oh, what have I done here? Then we didn't lose for 23 games, and we won the playoffs, and then went up and went back full time. And like you say, it's when you're winning, you love it, don't you?
Dennis Booth done us and the island away. Have you got your passports? I went, huh? I went down with Billy the Bar. I haven't got my passport. He went, you daft.
Billy
It's in
Bar.
London, innit?
Yeah, did you see talk about passports? There was one on Twitter. I can't remember what club it was. It was a Welsh club, and they went somewhere in the cup or whatever it was, and they're on the bus and they've pulled over at like the checkpoint or whatever it is, but they've told everyone to bring their passports.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And one of the boys said he's not got his passport. Have you seen it? No.
I've seen it.
So they're like, you need to hide, you need to hide. So the guy's videoing it and he's looking down and see between the seats in one of the buses, he's on the floor, right, and I've got like a jacket or something over the top of him, and the guy's at the front like pretending he's like a checkpoint guy or
Did
something.
you not say something like,
He's like, bring the dogs in, right? Bring the dogs in, and he's walking up and he's going, and then they pull the jacket up. The boys like hide him. It's hilarious.
I've got a question. Martin Petrie, your pal, done some work for us at the weekend of pet rebuilding. Top man.
Yeah.
Got me guard clean for us. When watching various documentaries on football, in successful clubs, there always seems to be a figure on the non-playing staff that is essential for the dressing room spirit, i.e. the Arsenal cameraman. I think he done a speech, didn't he?
Yeah.
Team talk, or Man City kit man. He's left Man City now, but he was on the documentary a lot.
Right.
He always got lashed with Grealish, didn't he? Was there any such characters in the dressing rooms you shared? Well, I've got two.
I know.
So Bushead, Andy
yeah,
Horn.
Yeah.
So he's
that
coach
kit man,
driver, and kit man. So he's been there since the Roddy Collins days, all the way up to.
He's a good
he's left
guy,
now,
but still
but,
nice, funny,
but he's
yes.
quality. But he got us all to invest in a greyhound.
Did he? Yeah.
So, 3 legs.
So greyhound. I listen to this. We got a greyhound, so it's live on Sky. Romps in. He's like, get in. Gets the dog. Goes, well done. She went, what are you doing? He went, what do you mean? She went, that's my dog. He went, oh, hey, where's mine? And broke its leg on the first corner. Came in the next day. I went, Buzz said, where's the? Says, it's only joking that he said this. I goes, where's the dog? And he went, lead injection. I didn't, but he just, it's a pet now. It's like only we could get a greyhound, and it fell at the first.
Oh,
broke
we
its
shouldn't
leg.
laugh, man, but that's mad.
But and he was funny, right? We had to play there was a reserve game. And no Neil McDermott, Terry McDermott's son.
Yeah, no.
Neil
yeah.
McDermott's great lad, agent now, but he played at Carlisle. But he was out the picture and he was sub for the reserves. And Bushead like gave him his top, and Neil snatched it. And Bushead went, "You want to calm yourself down? The only reason you're sub is because I pulled my hammy."
That's sharp, by the way. That's very sharp.
And
Oh, your head with the
the
gun.
best one, Sunderland, Harvey Mix.
Oh, I've heard this on the.
Mickey Holland. So Mickey Holland, he was a masseur. So
right.
in the dressing room, his bed was right in the centre, and he just ran the dressing room.
Yeah.
He was quality. But and he used to sell all the fake watches in the fake bags, so we called him
Del
Harvey
Boy.
Mix, and he made so much money. Like, and there was just so many stories. But an agent came in, and he goes, "I need to see where Peter Reid is." So there was a toilet, but it didn't have any sign on the door. He went, "It's just in there, mate, but knock. Oh, wait, don't just walk in." He's knocking there for about 10 minutes. It's a bug. But the best one was we had a groundsman who wasn't the best looking, and every time this groundsman walked through, make it go. But so the groundsman would literally walk through, and he'd go, and he'd go in the door, do something, and then come back in 10 seconds later and make it go. So it's just Dave. It's just Dave. But he was.
How did he take it?
Oh,
Was it
his
funny?
head was
Started
starting to
and
fall out. His head was
So you better stop that.
absolutely starting to fall out. So every time I'd just be like that.
People
I-
that make the dressing
I
room,
bust head.
not even the dressing room,
on it.
just the whole environment, innit? The whole
You
environment.
need them, don't you? You do.
Jeff was good crack. I think
Alright.
I think the lads like Christian Dennis and that, they loved him. Simo's season they went up.
I see a bit of Jeff, and he always reminisces about, like, especially the time that you're on about when with the team you had, and that, and he misses it. Like he said, it was.
Like Bushead in the end like got a really good job, but he still misses it. Bushead was he'd do the kit and then he'd drive the bus.
Madder.
And I something like what did he used to go? He used to play head tennis. I go, did you win? He's just like shelling peas.
When we played the final at Wembley for Barra, we're all on the bench, and just look back, he's here, sat in the back row. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'll just watch from here.
Neil McDermott. What's the matter with you? Hey, the only reason you're
Quality of that. It's sharp as well.
Remember? Anyone?
Kit man, innit? From
I told the kit man.
Ray's a good lad.
oh,
Newcastle.
yeah,
Ray's
Ray-
Mickey Holland's best mate. Ray Thompson.
Ray Thompson, yeah.
Newcastle.
Ray was quality. Ray used to dish out the kit. He was generous with boots and stuff. He was different class. And then his little sidekick George. There was Thick as Thieves, so there was them two. But just like no one in particular, just like physios and kit men who they're always good crack wherever you've been. And you do need them, don't you? You need them because they do make a good laugh and they cheer up sometimes. So
The kit man, God bless him, Tam at Hibs was phenomenal. That's very similar. Like always, like spent more time in the dressing room, even though the kit room was round the corner. It was a man and wife, Tam and Joyce. Honestly, brilliant. He was in. That's like Cummins and all them boys, just full of character. Full of carry on. Boys are out to training, he's doing stuff to boys' gear and all that, and telling other boys about it. And, like, he just loved being part of it. He was like a bus driver. He done a bit as a groundsman, and then worked his way around to be the kit man for years.
That's what you miss, though, don't you? I can take or leave the football. It's the bus journeys and the night out and the changing room and that. That's what you miss.
We'd have a meal in Italians, and we all pay, and he go, "How about tenner for the chef?" Like, what? Tenner for the chef. So we all give him like 300 quid. And he's like, good night for me in Baja tonight.
We used to have that. we used to have that in Sligo. You know, if we wanted a day off, Cookie just used to go
the manager
hand out like that. You used to know what you have to do, lads. And it was like 10, 20 euro each, and he'd be like, still not enough.
I reckon Neil Warnock used to go, Gaffer, do I have to play in the reserves? He went, of course you don't. I would definitely pay 20 quid not to play in the resis.
I know.
Oh, that's mad.
It's as we said, kit men, bus drivers, kit ladies, good crack here. Definitely a Carlisle. I used to walk, Anne and Julia, where we used to go in. I used to be a nightmare for them, but it makes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I used to torture them, but they still say when I see them, like, what days they were. Dolly was good crack, physio.
Dolly's top man.
Dolly was great, man. Dolly looked after me because he let's have a Monday off at times, Dolly. Just reset.
Yeah.
Top lad, Dolly.
He understood the boys, Dolly. I had them at Aberdeen for a little spell.
Oh, Dolly was up there,
Dolly,
wasn't he?
he came to Aberdeen. Legend, mate. Honestly,
great
the
lad.
boys absolutely loved him. Devastated when he left.
Have
Devastated.
you ever seen him smash a ball with his left foot?
He's a bulldog, isn't he?
Oh my God, he's got some power in his left foot.
He's a Sunday, 12 till 4 McDonald's after, and he's in bed by 8 o'clock.
He likes to get a bit, what's the word? Paralytic drunk, is it? Lately, I've seen him get carried out a few dudes. Like, I'm like, Dolly is like that.
He's away from him. He's getting home, get in. No, but class. So that concludes What's the Crack this week. Thanks to our listeners for the questions. Keep them coming. We've got loads. Loads to get through. Thanks again to Julian and Warwick Road Bed Centre for sponsoring this segment. And to finish off, we're going to go, should we talk the derby? Rangers Celtic on...
Yeah, we can't miss the derby out, can't we?
No,
see
of course not.
Listen, the game, it was a classic Martin O'Neill just team. Do you know what I mean? Like, just digging in. Rangers dominated for an hour and 20 minutes. 120 minutes, just absolutely dominated. Should have scored a couple. But just that kind of sticking together, and you think, unbelievable to go there and get the result. After last week as well, bringing it back from 2-0 down. But the scenes after the game is just actually embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Honestly.
Both though, wasn't it?
For both sides. It's just, do you know, for me, like, it's this kind of era of these little ultras, and every club's got them now, but Celtic and Rangers, it just seems like it's like social media gangsters, do you know what I mean? Like little ultras that they wear balaclavas at the game, and they think, I seen one of the kind of Rangers things on Twitter, and people that do podcasts are saying, yeah, well, Celtic fans were on the pitch, so it's only right that Rangers fans are going to defend their ground and defend the stadium. It's like, what are we coming to? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, Celtic fans should not be in the pitch.
Yeah.
Like, stay off the pitch. Don't gloat fans, all this kind of stuff. But they've won the game. See if a couple, like, well, more than a couple of people are on the pitch. Just leave it be. Do you know what I mean? Just leave them. Like, just go home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go home. There's no need to.
No, you're right.
They've run the Rangers fans have ran, well, the ultras, that group or whatever it is, have ran the full length of the pitch to get close to them, to defend the pitch. So two of them are just as bad as each other. Celtic, obviously, the Green Brigade situation with Celtic is causing an absolute nightmare for the team on the pitch with the whole situation. And I think Martin O'Neill's trying to put that to bed as well. He knows how much it's going against the team.
I was in the Apple Tree. I sent you some videos, didn't I? Rangers and Celtic. It was class. It was
Yeah.
good atmosphere between them all as well.
That's the thing, Lummy. Like, I've been to Ibrox, right, when we've had that full Brimley stand. Samaras 2-0 Celtic. Not maybe worst case, one fan, one's on the pitch, try to celebrate, right? But that's it.
Yeah.
The full stands going ballistic, jumping about mad, 2-0 after the game, going mental. Best days of your life. Still talk about it to this day. No problems, no fights, no nothing. Just that was it. But now it's like every time there's a goal. Rangers scored the goal that got chopped off for handball. There was about 50 fans that ran on the pitch as well to celebrate, and then it got chopped off. And then Celtic won. They run on the pitch, and then it's like this obsession to run on the pitch.
So who's it in the final? Celtic? St Mirren?
No, it's the
Semis
semi-final.
now, innit?
Semi. Celtic got St Mirren, and the other semi is Dunfermline, Falkirk. So one of them's in the final, which is big for them.
The are we still? Who are you on? Hearts?
Yeah.
Are you
to
on
Hearts,
Hearts?
I'm still going Hearts.
I'm going
still
Celtic. Are Arsenal going to
Change
choke?
it, are you? I said City, didn't I? But probably not now. I think it's
Arsenal, too
Arsenal's
strong.
league now.
Are Tottenham going down?
Yeah.
Are they going down?
Unless they do something this week. They've got Atletico Madrid tomorrow and then the Champions League. I think if they lose, and lose a bit quite convincingly, and play the way that they've been playing, they might actually get rid of this manager so soon, because he's just done absolutely nothing since he's come in, and they need something drastic
Do you
done.
think Harry Redknapp wants the job and Tim Sherwood? Every interview.
Cheltenham's on in it, so he's not going anywhere.
I know.
He's not
He'll have it
going
next
anywhere.
Monday.
The lads are away. Where's the lads?
There's a few
Medina.
lads. Bella Medina.
There's a lot going down. Millie's
few
going
there.
down.
My mate's in Benidorm actually for it.
Patty and Dean and them boys there in Benidorm. They went this morning, so everyone's here. There,
I'm
everywhere.
not really horses.
It doesn't appeal to me. So I lose on football every week, so I don't need horses.
Kieran Sewell fighting at the weekend.
Oh yes,
Saturday,
you're going on.
I'm going to go. Bare knuckle boxing. Current lad. I've stood next to him. Right, he's absolutely ripped, and his fists.
Oh,
He'll go big. He'll win,
good luck to him.
and he'll crack on. He's got the Carlisle flag around him. Mark Horn as well. He's a boxer
Right.
from the Villa, correct?
Oh, did he win at the
He
weekend?
won at the weekend.
Yeah, seeing that on the paper.
So very good. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Just want to, if you're watching or you're listening, don't forget it's Mother's Day this Sunday. Coming. Don't forget. So yeah, I'll be spoiling my mother.
Good shout.
I'm going straight to Asda.
I know. Yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah,
mums
so-
are the best, aren't they?
Carlisle United play tomorrow, don't they? Or when's it?
All the shot away. All the
There's a
shot
few
away. Yeah.
lads going, eh? Because they've got
Do you know what they take? Wherever they are, they take a big following, and even if it's midweek, you'll see a few hundred there. It's madness because it's a long way, and especially the time it finishes. What time do you get back?
Oh, you have to go 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, aren't you?
Yeah.
But the lads, yeah, we need to put it right. Hughes has got a bit of work to do, I think, with the lads. But Hayden Atkinson as well, right back on.
Oh, by the way, he's done great, hasn't he?
Done great.
Like I said, he got talked about in the summer, and it's come to the fore that he is what they said he is. Well, up to now he is, and he's I mean, big crowd for his home debut.
Yeah, and he looks
seemed
comfortable
to
as well.
seem to
I think he'll end up
handle
a
it well.
centre half. I think he'll end up a centre
Yeah.
half. Yeah.
Has he got the
Yeah.
physical presence
Yeah, he's
and that?
quick and he's good on the ball. What does your week look like, Dylan?
Just looking after the kids, spend some time with them, and then fly over to Northern Ireland on Thursday.
And who are you
Got a
playing
game
at the weekend?
Saturday. Carrick.
Carrick Rangers, are
Carrick.
they called?
I think so. I think it is. I'm not sure.
Just a quiet week. We've got training Thursday. Numbers are down. Cheltenham is on. So we've got Marsk at home Saturday, and it's a must-win really because
They're
we've
good,
got
aren't they? Are they going well? Or
no
they're
Marsk are
hitting
down
the
there,
ground
so
right?
it's a game that we need to win. But if we can put in the same performances we did in the weekend, I have every confidence we'll get it. And then we've got Penrith in the County Cup semi-final a week tomorrow night at home. So
I'll be there.
yeah, looking forward to that one.
What's your weekend look like?
My weekend is going to Kieran's fight in Newcastle, driving a few of the lads over. The minute that fight finishes, I am getting out of
I was
that
going to
arena.
say there'll be some angry men in that.
There'll be some
crowd,
very
yeah.
angry
You
men
need to
in
get away
there.
from that.
Oh, shadow box in the toilet.
Oh,
should have dropped the shoulder and threw that.
I
don't
like to do with that.
I used to get
me out of
wrestling.
here.
you know, when you hear the crunch of the... No. But yeah, so a huge thank you again to Lloyd Kia Carlisle, the best-selling brand in the area and the European dealer of the year. Get down there and check out the new EVs and PBVs ready to go, or test drive the new Sportage, and also check out all their electric cars and vans with 7-year warranty. Make sure you mention us when you go down there. Make sure you go in the bed centre, Julian. Make sure you mention us. You just never know what you might get or get off. And that is episode 6 done. I've got to say again, thank you to the No Limit lads, because that was top draw. Make sure you check them out on Instagram. They do Easter camps, they do holiday camps, they do one-on-ones, they do little group sessions.
They do birthday parties.
We need to. Let's put it right. We've won.
We did beat them.
Anyone want to come in? Anyone want to come and want to challenge us?
You have to be available though.
Yeah, I'll be available. Yeah, I'll be available. But
Crossbar challenges,
Challenges
volleys. I wasn't good today, I've got to admit. But I'll pull it back around. But
You
we
will,
are
you will.
unbeaten.
To be fair, you had about 16 plates on Saturday, didn't you?
I did, correct.
Pints or plate.
Both. Right, and that is it. Thank you very much. See you
Yeah.
next week.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
1 hour 10.
Happy days. Fuck, where's the pastries at?